Hey everyone, Mr. Burton here. So, very excited about the next few videos that's going to be coming to you online. We're going to be diving into music notation, everyone. And that's just a fancy way of saying we're going to learn how to read and write in music. Good. So, before we do that, we're going to have to learn how things get started. Okay? The first thing you need, which I've drawn on this paper already, is you need a music staff. Okay? And what a music staff is a set of 5 lines and 4 spaces, and if each of these lines and each of these 4 spaces here, 5 lines, they represent a note, okay, or a pitch or a sound. Okay, so this is what you need: a piece of paper, pencil, pen, or marker, whatever have you, and maybe even a ruler to help you draw some straight lines. Now, it's not going to be perfect, especially if you're going to be free drawing. So that's okay, as long as it's easy and legible enough to read, you're going to be fine, all right? So first things first, once you have your piece of paper, you can set your ruler down on top of it and draw 5 parallel lines. Very easy. So 1, scoot down about 1 inch or so, not too much. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and then you can go on the end here once you have your 5 lines, and you can just connect them at the top right there, at the side, top left side. All right, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. One thing you want to do is make sure you have about the same amount of spacing between each line that you draw. And once you have your 5 lines, guess what? You're going to have your 5 spaces. Halfway there already. Now, after you've drawn your music staff, now we're going to get to see how to draw a treble clef on the staff, okay? And another name for a treble clef is also called a G clef. And you're going to see why, all right? And what a clef is, everyone, it just tells you the name of the key and the name of the pitch of the notes that are going to be written and notated as it's placed on the music staff, okay? So, let's get ready to draw a treble clef. First thing you want to do is start at the top of that 5th line here. So I'm going to start right there at the top. You can even go a little bit before it, but just for teaching purposes, we're going to have a little pinpoint where we're going to start drawing. And we're going to draw a straight line down. You can even use a ruler for this, actually. Now, when you draw this line, it's going to go past your bottom line a little bit. Okay? You're going to want that. All right? And at the end of that, you can draw your little triple tail there. Okay? Once you have that line drawn, go back to the top of that. Go back to the top of that line that you just drew. It's almost like drawing a D. Except a little skinny D right there. Okay? Once you do that, okay, go back around. It's almost like drawing a rather stretched out C, okay, if you want to think of it in letters type of sense, but whatever helps. Okay, everyone has different ways, or if you look at it another way, it's a D upside down. Okay, now once you've drawn that one, you're going to keep going until you get right past that 2nd line here. Okay, so it's like another D. All right, so smallest, biggest, and then you have the medium one drawn right there. Once you have that, now when you get to this step, I want you to pay close attention, okay? Now, when I go back around, I'm going to curl around inside of this 2nd line here, which is actually your G line on this clef. Okay, which is why the treble clef is also called the G clef. Okay. All right, so watch carefully. I'm going to go back around. I'm going to go through. I'm going to put a little marker right there on the G line. Okay. And another reason why this is called a G clef, once again, the pitch that it's giving you should help you find the rest of the letters of each of the other notes, okay? If you're just going in order on the musical alphabet, which we're going to get into, all right? So, remember, draw a line down, start at the top, curve out, or curve in rather, then curve out, come back in, and hit that G line, all right? And that's how you draw a treble clef on the staff, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So, now, before we end this video, one last thing I want to deal with today is a ledger line, okay? Now, this is gonna be more important later on down the line when you're actually placing your notes on the staff, but a ledger line is used to notate pitches above or below the lines or spaces already that's on the regular staff, okay? And it's going to be parallel as well, which is left to right. And it's usually, it usually also has the same spacing as the lines already that's on the staff, okay? For example, let's say I wanted to draw middle C, also the people's note, known as people's key, the C scale. What I want to do is go a little bit below this last line here. And there, I just drew a ledger line. All right. And that way I can also draw a note right here or right here, which is the middle C. All right. Or even a note below that line. Note head, rather. But like I said, don't worry about jumping ahead too far. On this video, we're just worrying about how to draw the staff, 5 lines, 4 spaces, your treble clef, and you also see now how to place ledger lines on an already drawn staff. All right? And I hope you did good on this video. Stay tuned for more.